This week on the Hearts of Gold podcast, I got to sit down with Lon Hatamiya, who made history as California's first Asian American cabinet secretary, serving as secretary of the California Technology, Trade, and Commerce Agency. And he also became the first Asian American administrator of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. He is also the co-owner of the Yuba-Sutter Freebirds baseball team. And I am so excited for you to listen in on this episode because we have an amazing team here in our region. And he is so excited to share with us about his team and then also how he got into it and then all of his leadership experience and everything that led him to be what he is. I mean, look at this bio. It is fantastic. So I cannot wait for you to hear our conversation and learn more about Lon Hatamiya here today on the Hearts of Gold podcast.
Just really a heart of gold.
I mean, she's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I have a heart of gold. Thank you, James.
See, ladies, a heart of gold.
But I know you have a heart of gold and have done many good deeds.
You've been most helpful.
Yeah, that's me. Heart of gold.
You have a heart of gold.
18 karat.
Hello and welcome to the Hearts of Gold podcast. We are so excited that you are here with us today because we have in the studio today, I'm going to read a bio about him. His name is Lon Hatamiya, and I just have to read you this bio because your socks are going to be blown off. Okay, our guest today is Lon Hatamiya, a proud Marysville native whose roots run deep in Northern California agriculture. A third-generation farmer, Lon grew up helping produce peaches, prunes, walnuts, and almonds. Did I say that right?
You got it
okay,
right.
Good. In Yuba and Butte counties. And today he is also a co-owner of Yuba-Sutter Freebirds baseball team, continuing his commitment to the community he calls home. Over the course of his remarkable career, Lon has helped shape agriculture, technology, and economic policy at the highest levels of government. He made history as California's first Asian American cabinet secretary, serving as secretary of the California Technology, Trade, and Commerce Agency under Governor Gray Davis. He also became the very first Asian American administrator of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. I mean, this is wild. Leading both the Agricultural Marketing Service and the Foreign Agricultural Service under President Bill Clinton. Today, Lon serves as president and CEO of the Hatamiya Group, an economic and strategic consulting firm based in Davis, California, where he advises organizations on agriculture, workforce development, technology, and economic growth. I mean, I feel like we need a round of applause. We need some canned applause here. Welcome to the podcast, Lon. I am so excited that you are here and that you said yes to coming to Oroville and being part of today's episode.
Erin, it's really a pleasure to be here. I feel like I'm back at home. As I mentioned to you, I farmed only about 10 miles south of Oroville. My son was christened at the Episcopal Church here. So we have really deep roots in the Oroville, Butte County area.
Yeah, that's just so wonderful because I was going back. The reason why I paused earlier when I said almonds, because I don't know if you're an almond farmer. This is a big debate. Do you say almonds or almonds?
I say almonds.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. That's we've had a couple other.
That's only one opinion.
Yes, I know. I just think it's just so fun. Just having you here and you having roots in the community and knowing, I mean, when I asked you, I was like, oh, do you know where Huntoon Street is? You're like, oh yeah, I know Oroville. And so I just thought that was so awesome. And you're the co-owner of Freebirds. We're gonna get into all of that here, but let me slow my own nervous system down because I'm so excited to have you here. And I would just like to start by asking kind of your golden beginning. So how was your family always here in this region? Was there a life before Yuba-Sutter, like this whole region? How did you get here?
Yeah, my grandparents immigrated to this area at the turn of the 20th century.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So my family's been farming in Yuba and Butte counties for well over 100 years.
Oh, my goodness.
We have deep roots here. My dad is also a Marysville High School graduate, as are my uncles and aunts. Wow. And so we have a long history. I have two sisters who are also graduates there. I'm very proud. I was inducted into the Marysville High School Hall of Fame, I think 3 years ago.
Wow.
So we have deep roots here, and I'm very proud of that heritage and really the contributions my family has made. The only time that my family wasn't in this area was during the Second World War when they were interned in internment camps. But we came back here and built our farm and have been very proud of, again, the contributions that we've made to the community.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I love hearing about just all of that. I don't know. You're in a photography studio as well as this podcast studio. And so I love being able to tell stories through imagery. And so hearing stories and hearing how you got here is just really, really lovely. And I had a question when you were sharing that. Oh, Erin, where did it go? When you came to this route, well, you said you've been here for 100 years. That's what it was, about your family. You said siblings. Where do you fall in that lineup?
I have an older sister and a younger sister. So I am the only son, and I fall right in the middle.
How is that, being the middle child?
It was always great because, again, I was the only son.
Yeah.
So, and, my sisters were always very actively involved with so many different things.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of growing up in a smaller community like Oroville and Marysville. You can be so much engaged in just the community. Not only did I play 4 sports, I was in Boy Scouts. I was in the band.
Yeah. What did you play?
I played the trombone. It's interesting that you asked that. My oldest son, as a matter of fact, is a professional jazz trombonist. And he is world renowned. And as a matter of fact, he's a professor at the University of Southern California, Thornton School of Jazz.
Oh, my
goodness. So I have music ingrained in my blood as well, too. That actually comes from my wife's family. But
really?
I take the pride that he got the love of the trombone through me, as well as my dad played the trombone. So
oh, my gosh.
He's third generation, but he surpassed our talents when I think he was 12. So he was a prodigy.
Yeah. I played flute and then switched to trombone in high school. And now our daughter, who is going into high school the next school year, she plays trombone as well. And so
I need to introduce her to my son because he's an excellent teacher as well, too. And he gets up here to Northern California, especially to come to watch the Freebirds.
Oh, yes.
Not only was he a trombone player, but he was also a baseball player. So
oh, my goodness.
See,
sports and music.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's part of our passion for our family. So it's given me the opportunity to continue that.
That's cool. Does he ever come up for because we host up here is it North Section Honor Band up? I think Chico State actually hosts that sometime in the spring. I'm curious if he's ever been.
Yeah, he played in it when he was in high school.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And now that he's a professor of jazz studies, he's been invited to be the conductor at a number of those events throughout the state and around the country. So, as a matter of fact, he's leaving next week to go to the North Sea Jazz Festival in the Netherlands, and he's one of the guest artists there. So, I get to live vicariously through him, at least through the musical talent.
Yeah, in case. That's so encouraging here. I mean, again, sometimes I don't really know where these conversations are going to go, but that's so encouraging to hear. Just with music, and how you can have a career as a musician. And I don't know, because sometimes too, it's like, oh, that's just something that you do in high school. But if you stick with it, it can take you all sorts of places.
Oh, without a doubt. And that's the beauty of growing up, as I mentioned, in a community like Oroville and Marysville. You have the ability to do so many different things.
Yeah.
And you can determine what is your strength. And although my son grew up in Davis, he was ingrained with the values that I was instilled with growing up in a smaller community. And, I love Northern California. I love this area.
Yeah.
And I've invested it in my businesses and remain committed to ensuring the success as we move forward.
I love it. I love it so much. Well, good. So then we kind of covered that area of kind of your golden beginnings and Yellow Brick Road. What I would like to kind of lean into the hidden gems, if you will. So you are kind of more broad out. Some of our other guests are more central to Butte County specifically, but so you might have more expertise as far as hidden gems because you've been more places and have other experience. Is there something in this region that is a hidden gem that maybe not enough people know about? And I can think of one that we're going to talk about later. It's a sport.
I think I think the hidden gem of our region is just the natural resources.
Yes.
The beauty that we have and the outdoor activities we have here, the agricultural production. These are not necessarily hidden, but things that people don't recognize of the great value that we bring to not only the state, the region, but the entire country. And having had the chance to live in a lot of places across this great nation, I always hearken back to my roots here, and how it gave me, the value, instilled in me the values of hard work, of loyalty, of commitment, and I think that's really a hidden gem that you develop within this region.
Yeah, I would agree so much. I love that. Yeah, there is something to be said about just having just the natural resources up here. And we are seeing more tourism from, well, not just in California up here, with people are getting away and coming up to the smaller towns, but also from other parts of the nation. They're coming this way.
That's a great thing that you mentioned. Among my many roles I've had in my career, when I was Secretary of Technology, Trade, and Commerce for the state of California, I was also the chair of the California Travel and Tourism Commission.
Oh, wow.
And so I had the ability to see all the great opportunities to travel and see throughout the state of California.
My gosh.
And subsequently, in my consulting practice, I have really focused at food and agriculture, but also in agritourism. How do we bring people into rural communities? How do you use that as an economic development tool to create economic value in communities? And so I've worked throughout Northern California counties to do just that, working very specifically in Yuba County now, and Yolo County, in Solano County. And certainly Butte County is also ripe for that.
Yeah, definitely. And I can see now like how this connects to even Freebirds being co-owner of this baseball team, which I don't even know. I have questions for later. I'm all over the place because I'm just still kind of absorbing you're amazing. I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you.
But even so, as when you think of tourism and you think of just even let's just go into Freebirds for a minute with that, because you stepped in as co-owner of that team. When was that?
3 years ago now. We were created as a team 3 seasons ago. We won the Pioneer League at that time. The Pioneer League is a independent minor league team, that was formerly the rookie league for Major League Baseball. So almost every major league player that's playing today played at one time in the Pioneer League. A few years ago, the major leagues decided to do away with the lower minor league levels, and that allowed the Pioneer League to become independent. We're still a major league partner league. Most of the teams at the time were all mountain state teams: Montana, Idaho, Utah, Colorado. 3 seasons ago, though, we created 2 California teams. One of which was at that time the Yolo High Wheelers. And the Oakland Ballers. And so, having lived in Davis, I became involved with the team. I then convinced them that Davis was probably not the best professional sports location, that there was a beautiful historic stadium in my hometown of Marysville. And then 2 years ago, I convinced my partners to move the team to Marysville. And just this year, we renamed the team the Freebirds, which we believe is much more geographic appropriate than the High Wheelers.
That was going to be my question.
I can get into that in a moment. But we've added 2 more teams in California this season, one in Long Beach and another in Modesto. And next year, we hope to add 2 more teams. So we'll have a total California division of the Pioneer League. which will cut down on travel costs
Yeah.
and develop really good rivalries.
Yeah.
Right now, we have some really good ones in state, but
Yeah.
it's a tremendous league, and
Yeah.
we've already had one of our players this season sign a major league contract.
Oh my goodness.
And so we're really a feeder into Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And getting back to your initial question, my investment was purely for economic development reasons for the city of Marysville. Diversifying the entertainment base for families.
Yeah.
Giving people an opportunity to have somewhere to go in the summertime.
Yes.
And what better opportunity than to go to baseball games?
I know. Yep.
And if you haven't been to the historic Bryant Field, I'm
we
going to
have
invite
plans.
all of the folks in Oroville down to see us.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous location to watch baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's family friendly. We welcome all ages.
Mm-hmm.
We have a kid zone. My parents, who are in their 90s, are season ticket holders.
Wow.
So we have all ages, and we
Yeah.
think it's really the place that families should spend
Mm-hmm.
their summer evenings in Northern California, including Butte County.
Yeah, yeah. We have some friends who have gone to a couple games, and the word that they said was fun. It was just so fun. They took their young families and they went. And so when we had shared with them who would be interviewing, they were like, "Oh my gosh, we had so much fun." So that's kind of what I'm.
And that's the
Yeah.
basis of minor league baseball. We can do some crazier things.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that the Pioneer League prides itself in is we're an experimental league of technology for Major League Baseball.
Mm. Oh,
So
interesting.
the automatic balls and strikes
Okay.
was established in the Pioneer League. The pitch clock was established in the Pioneer League. The larger bases. So we do a
Okay.
lot of things that they test out in our league first before
Yeah.
they adopt into Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And we're proud of that opportunity to develop.
That's
the
cool.
quality of the baseball in the Pioneer League is above anything that I think anybody has seen in Northern California, aside from if you go to the River Cats or the A's in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Certainly in Northern California, this is the highest quality minor league baseball
Yeah.
that I think anybody's ever seen. So not only is it
it.
fun to go to the games,
Yes.
it's outstanding baseball being played.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I'm always kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of a hipster, I guess, when it comes to like, I was the first to do this, or I saw this thing first. And so if you're that type of person that's like, ooh, you want to get in on the, even just the technology of it and seeing what's new, like that's pretty cool.
Well, we're the first team, too, to have full-time ABS. So the automatic balls and strikes is
Okay.
up on the screen.
Okay.
So we don't really even depend upon the home plate umpire. They're there to make the calls at the plate.
Okay.
But all of the balls and strikes are based upon the ABS system.
Interesting.
So it's the only team in professional baseball now
Mm-hmm.
that's doing that. It's been well received so far. I don't know how the umpires like it, but
Sure.
it's accurate and it's really cool because it not only shows the speed of the pitch, we can show the angles, spin
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
rate, all of the different things that people love to see.
Yeah, that's so neat. And people can go. I'm sure James has it pulled up on the or has the website pulled up now. But get tickets, get season tickets, get however you want. I saw there was one that was, as I was researching, it said there were fireworks one night, and
We have fireworks every Friday night.
every Friday night
We have drone shows several times.
Drone
a
show, that
year.
was the one I
yeah.
was- yeah.
So you need to take a look at our special events.
Okay.
We have some really special events coming up. We're out of on the road for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
But we'll be back the week of the 4th of July.
perfect.
So hopefully, folks can come out and
Yeah.
see games that week. We'll have, I think, fireworks. We're going to have a flyover from Beale Air Force
Oh
Base.
wow! That's
So it's really, a community-oriented team.
Yeah.
And we want to include Oroville in that as well.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, I'm so excited. And I'm not like, again, I leaned more towards the band section, just all of that in high school. So sports are not, I don't really do the sports as much, but I enjoy watching them with friends and all of the things. So Even if you're not a sports person, this sounds super fun.
You could do it both. I was in the marching band as well as I played football. So
Yeah.
there were games that I had to do both. So
Oh
we won't
my
even get into
gosh.
that.
Don't like field shows, like halftime shows,
yes,
marching, and
yes. When I was playing JV football, I had to change out of my football uniform and get into my marching band uniform. So to experience it all.
oh my goodness,
Couldn't do that when I was in the varsity.
Yeah, they don't want you doing anything else. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Well, what kind of getting into a little bit of your business nugget. I read your bio, but if you could sum up what you do in, I mean, you do so much, but if you could, what is your elevator pitch? Say I met you on an airplane and we were sitting next to each other and I said, oh, what do you do?
So I have an economic consulting firm. I'm an economist by training.
Yes.
I went to Harvard undergraduate,
Yeah.
and I have my MBA and my law degree from UCLA.
Yeah.
So I have multiple degrees that I've utilized in many different ways. But the Hatamiya Group is an economic strategic consulting firm. So I advise not only Fortune 100 companies, but local and state governments
Okay.
with economic strategy, with
Yeah.
economic planning.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of opportunity there over the years. I've been doing this now for about 15 years
Wow.
after I left government service. And there's been a great need for that. And I've worked for many of the counties in Northern California. For example, I'm working on an agricultural strategy for Solano County right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've developed what's called the Yuba Applied Research Center in Yuba
Yeah.
County.
Wow.
To take a look at alternative research opportunities in ag technology, as well as energy and other impacts to the climate and environment.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
we've been working on a number of these issues over time. I'm also focused at working with the Air Force at Beale Air Force Base on the new technologies that are coming into the community. They're looking at bringing collaborative combat aircraft
Oh, wow.
to headquarter them at Beale to take over the U-2.
Oh,
So
my
we're looking
goodness.
at bringing in some of those types of subcontractors
Yeah.
to be located in Northern California.
Wow.
So these are all economic development opportunities, and that's where my strength lies. Having been the Secretary of Commerce for the state of California, I'm
Yeah.
well versed in from high technology
Yeah.
to entertainment to tourism.
Yeah.
And so I combine that knowledge with economic development strategic planning.
I love that. My next question is, do you sleep?
Yeah, that's what my wife asks me at times too. Yeah, this is the fun part. I think
Yeah.
I just mentioned to you when I walked in. I just celebrated my 45th college reunion
Yeah.
last week. My wife and I were back in Boston.
Wow.
And most of my classmates are retired.
Mm-hmm.
My retirement for me is the baseball team.
Yeah.
And my wife told me, you're not a good golfer, so you need a hobby. And so the good way of doing that was to invest in a baseball team, and that's been a passion of mine. Not only did I play baseball in high school
Yeah.
and in college,
Oh, wow.
but so did my sons, and so I coached. I ran a little league.
Yeah.
And then I've been involved with baseball my whole life. And when this opportunity came up, I jumped at it because, again, it's an investment in my community as well, too.
Yes.
Economic development, attracting tourism opportunities into the region, but also what better way to do it than at a baseball team with a baseball team, right? It's
Yeah.
a passion of mine, and
Yeah.
we're just baseball crazy, my
Yeah.
family. So it's been a blast for us.
I love that. You said sons. How many kiddos do you
I
have?
have two sons.
Okay.
The one son that's a professional jazz musician, and my younger son who is a communications director for a local Congress member.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, look at that. And you and your wife, how long have you been together?
So
Married.
we've been married now for 12 years. I
Okay.
lost my first wife to cancer about 15 years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, well, thank you. And, life goes on.
Yeah.
And, you make the best of it. And
Right.
I've been very fortunate to, have met another wonderful person. So I've had
Yeah.
two wonderful marriages.
Wow.
And, they've been so supportive. And I couldn't have done it without either one of my partners. So that's the beauty of life. You just keep moving ahead.
Yeah. I had another conversation fairly recently. So I'm the oldest of four girls, and the third sister, my sister Shannon, she ended up passing when she was 25. So it's been about 9-ish years. But it is something that you don't ever plan for. And what you said about moving forward, moving ahead, it's something that you're like, okay, now I'm, I have to move. I don't know if moving on is really the word, because you always kind of have them with you.
Oh, without a doubt. Both of my sons were college age at the time, just entering into college.
Yeah.
And so they had the opportunity to have their mother through their high school years.
Wow.
It's always a huge loss, however.
Of course. Yeah.
And we certainly remember her every day. She was a baseball fanatic,
Oh,
and she
yeah.
would certainly have loved this commitment to this. So
Yeah.
she lives on in both of my kids. I
Yeah.
see them. And I see the strengths that they have, and it's reflected certainly from their mother as well as their stepmother.
Right.
My wife has been a tremendous support to the entire family.
Yeah.
The beauty of having be remarried, I went from 0 to 6 grandkids in one day.
Oh my goodness.
So I also have 6 grandchildren, and
I love
it's been
that.
fantastic. My
Yes.
fourth grandson just graduated from high school last week.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then my 2 youngest children are girls.
Oh,
And,
wow.
one of them just turned 13 yesterday, and the other's 14. So I have
Yeah.
teenage granddaughters.
Yes, that is a
And
whole time in their
It's a
life.
whole different thing for us. I had 2 sons. My wife had 2 sons.
Yeah.
So having granddaughters is a great pleasure
Yeah.
for us.
Oh, I love that. We have a daughter who's I mentioned she's 13. So we have boy, girl, boy, and anyway, it's
Very different than
yes,
having boys.
Yes. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So as a kind of leading into the next question, we go a little bit deeper in the mining of the heart. So why did you choose this work? I mean, I know you had alluded a bit of you wanted to pour back into the community with Freebirds, with the baseball team, but even before that, how you got, just in the political spectrum, in what you do with agriculture, like what got you into that? Was there a story there?
Well, again, my long history and heritage in agriculture really drove me to coming back to California after I went to school back east.
Yeah.
And I got my graduate degrees in Los Angeles. But really, the attraction was to come back to Northern California. I had the ability to work with my family, my dad and my uncles. That was an attraction to come back home.
Yeah.
And then subsequent to that, I was then appointed to go back to Washington, D.C. My late wife was originally from D.C., so it was a good opportunity to spend some quality time with her family as well.
Yeah.
And so we were in D.C. for 7 years. That led to opening doors for a lot of opportunities. And then when Governor Davis was elected, he asked me to come home to head up the state commerce agency.
Yeah.
And we evolved that into technology, trade, and commerce. And that was a tremendous opportunity to learn more about
Right.
the multitudes of industries in California. At that time, I think we were the 6th largest economy in the world.
In the world, yeah.
Now I think we're the 4th or 5th largest. And so California, as a standalone economy, just provides so much economic value and strength. And that gave me, again, another great background to really share. And that's why I decided to go into consulting, and I've spent my post-government experience consulting and providing assistance to clients, mostly in California, but throughout the country and even internationally.
Yeah.
And it's been fun for me because I continue to evolve in terms of my knowledge. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to a new AI company. I serve on the boards of a number of companies.
Oh, wow.
And so you never stop learning.
Yes.
That's really the key. And as a consultant, I'm learning about new things all the time. Although my clients rely upon my knowledge for advice.
Right.
But the best advice I can provide is continuing to evolve myself.
Yeah.
And so,
that's so
talking
good.
about the passion of working. I just love working with people and working on new challenges. And I think that's part of what I've been able to do in my career.
Yeah.
And then baseball came along, and
Yeah.
of course I jumped at that opportunity. And so it's that I do in the evenings. I work full time in the day, and then I spend my evenings at the ballpark.
Well, and then to have something that lights you up. I mean, it sounds like it all is beautifully woven together, like your life experience and the opportunities that you've had and that you've said yes to have all kind of woven together into this beautiful tapestry of your life. And then now you have this super fun thing that you did back in high school and college with baseball, and you loved it. And I don't know, it's just lovely to see it kind of all coming together.
Yeah, I think it's all about your life experience. I would not have had the baseball ownership experience had I not done everything else prior to that. My partners are, some of them are Silicon Valley technology folks. They're private equity folks, and that's how I got to know them.
Yeah.
They invested. We're part of what's called Innovation Baseball Partners.
Oh, okay.
So we own 3 minor league teams in the Pioneer League. Not only the Yuba-Sutter Freebirds, we have the Oakland Ballers, as well as the Long Beach Coast.
Oh, wow.
And so we've evolved this into kind of a new opportunity for minor league baseball. And my principal focus is the Yuba-Sutter team. That's where I'm focused. My partners are focused on all of the teams, but because that's my hometown and my passion, that's where I spend all of my time. So I cheer fully for the Freebirds.
Yeah.
It's just been a tremendous opportunity. But getting back to the point I was making, that opportunity would not have come about without all the other experiences I've had.
Right.
And so it's really additive, and it's really been a pleasure to be at this point in my career.
Yeah.
I've had ups and downs. They're not all positive. But, you take the good with the bad and make the best of what you can.
Yes. Well, we're going to get into a couple of the ups and downs in the next segment. But first, we're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors. This week's episode of the Hearts of Gold podcast is sponsored by me, Erin Lackey Photography. And I am so excited to share with you a project that I'm currently working on that will come to fruition in October of this year. I am currently accepting nominations for women in Butte County who are 40 years and over, who are the hidden forces in their community. They are the glue that holds their families and their communities together. They usually work behind the scenes and don't necessarily get a ton of accolades or recognition. And we want to change that. We want to provide them with amazing portrait experience that ends in an art show in October where they are featured and celebrated by their families and their community. So if you know a woman who falls within that criteria and you want to nominate them, please head to seenagain.erinlackey.com. That's seenagain.erinlackey.com. So if you know a woman who falls within that criteria, if you could head to seenagain.erinlackey.com and make your nomination. That is seenagain.erinlackey.com. Submit your nomination for a woman here in Butte County who deserves to be celebrated for the amazing human that they are. And I cannot wait to reach out to them and get them highlighted and celebrated by their community and their families here in Butte County. Thanks for listening. And now back to the episode. And we're back, and we are moving into our Fool's Gold segment where we like to ask, which you kind of alluded to a little bit before the break, but do you have any regrets, any challenges that you've overcome, anything that you'd like to share as it pertains to the Freebirds and now owning a baseball team, co-owning a baseball team, or just in the broader sense of life?
Erin, that's a great question. There are always ups and downs throughout your life. I don't really dwell upon the downs so much. So I have been very fortunate in my life to be very successful in a lot of different areas, to be given a lot of great opportunities, to have some great mentors that have helped me along the way. The challenge of losing a spouse is certainly one that was very difficult for me and my family.
Sure.
But I think we were able to overcome that because of our commitment to one another and our belief in better things to come. And I think I hold that true, and that's kind of a philosophy I've had, subsequent to the loss of my spouse.
Yeah.
That you just have to continue to move ahead. I think we mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
And I look at that too. We've had challenges. I wish we could win the Pioneer League championship every year. We did the first year of our existence,
Wow.
which was amazing.
Yeah.
Last year we missed the playoffs by one game.
Yeah.
That was a difficult challenge.
Yeah.
And then this year we're under 500, so we're not playing as well as we could.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different factors that's related to that. We're really working hard at getting and improving our attendance, and that's part of the challenge of the local communities that we
Yes.
serve. I think that's a reflection of the difficulty people are having in the economics situation currently.
Sure.
With the inflation of gas prices,
Right.
food, and other things.
Right.
One of the things we provide, though, are really an affordable night for a family of four or more to come out and enjoy an entertaining evening.
Yeah.
And, to do it for really a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
Our costs are less than half than if you went to River Cats game in Sacramento. It's certainly much less than a Major League Baseball
Oh, for
game.
sure.
And so I think that when you ask about challenges, those are ones that I look at, but they're not insurmountable. We just have to continue to plug ahead and find other solutions. And again, that's kind of my motto that I live by.
Yeah.
If something doesn't work, try something different.
Yeah.
And I've been around long enough to learn what not to do. And I think that's been one of the things that I try to provide my management team, both on the field, but also off the field. The Freebirds is really, just like I said, a passion.
Yeah.
But having a baseball background myself, I'm able to contribute to the manager on the field, as well as my general manager who's running the business. So I get involved very fully with the business of aspect of the team, and that's what makes it so much fun. There are challenging days, though.
Oh,
when
sure. I'm
You
sure.
think, I'm dealing with difficult players or difficult fans, but you get through those and move to the next day.
Yeah. No, thank you for sharing that. That has prompted a question in me. I mean, besides winning, which would be success for sure. Besides that success, what is there? Is there another measurement area that would measure success for you as far as the baseball team goes?
Oh, I think just the satisfaction of the community. Having people come up to me to thank me for bringing the team and providing the opportunity. That's been the greatest benefit that I've reaped from this ownership, is that I just really enjoy meeting with people. I'm at every game. I ensure that I try to be there to meet with the fans, to meet with the players.
Yeah.
And that's been really the greatest part of this whole experience for me. And getting to know these young men, too, on the team. We have fantastic players from around the country. One of the things that I tried to instill in my management this year is we wanted to have more Californians. Last year we had a lot of guys from the Southeast.
Okay.
They were great ball players, but having Californians, we have great ball players in the state.
Yeah.
It also creates a homegrown fan base. And so we've done a good job of that this year. I think we can even do a better job of getting more local players involved. So if there are any potential future ball players in Oroville and Butte County, please reach out to me. We're always looking for new players to add to our roster. But this is high quality baseball. These are average age of our players is around 25.
Okay.
You have to have less than 3 years of professional experience.
Okay.
So many of these players have already played in the minor leagues. Have been drafted by major league teams and are staying involved to try to get another opportunity. And that's what the Pioneer League and independent baseball provides for a lot of these players. The Pioneer League, though, is unique because it's younger than some of the other independent
That's what I was going to
leagues.
ask. Yeah. So
And
it's
so we really nurture, ex-college players and some high school players that got drafted right out of high school
Okay.
are now playing for us. So
that's so cool.
it's been fantastic developing that relationship.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me is when I see them leave.
Sure.
But that's what we're trying to do is to develop them.
Right. You
and
want them
get them
to-
to sign on with
Yes.
major league clubs. And we over the 3 years we've had at least one player a year sign major league contracts. So that's shows that we're doing something right.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, for sure. I love that. That's so good. Well, we are moving into a segment of the podcast where it is called Gold Rush Round because we are in Gold Rush capital. And so what I'm going to do is read some questions, and it's very fast, like just you can name off the first thing that comes to your mind. And again, this is just in all of your areas that you have lived. I mean, you can, just Yuba-Sutter, Davis, Butte County, whatever first comes to your mind. It's also an opportunity to shout out any local businesses should you be having any of those that you wanted to advertise. I'm looking for my paper, and I don't have my paper because I went and I printed everything out. We're going to pause, and we'll come right back after this. Sorry, James, I'm making this hard for editing. I printed out my paper. Oh, no, my Gold Rush Round. So sorry.
That's all right.
I'll tell you what the Gold Rush Round is. We basically just ask you, what's your favorite coffee? And so, again, nothing.
I can't answer that since I don't drink coffee.
Okay, that's your answer. Favorite, just your favorite stuff.
There we go.
Try
Sorry,
to put you in
James.
the hot seat, but in a way that allows
Yes.
you to boost
It's just a way
friends
to.
and family. And
Happy to do that.
okay, great.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, wait, are you still recording?
It's always recorded.
Perfect. Okay, I know what the last one I'm going to ask. All right.
Ready?
Yes. We're back and ready for the Gold Rush Round. Now that I have my questions in front of me. Okay, so first thing that comes to your mind. Well, first off, are you a coffee drinker?
I am not,
You're not. Okay.
but I have some favorite coffee places.
Okay, great. So that's my first question. Best coffee house.
Well, the best coffee house is in Marysville that I bring a lot of clients to. It's called The Brick.
The Brick.
And
Okay.
it's but also Dutch Brothers. And I say Dutch Brothers because my nephew works for them. So
yes.
I'm going to give them a
To do
plug.
that, yes.
And they're all throughout Northern California.
And they have the best customer service.
They do.
For real.
They
like
really do.
They really do. Okay, best tacos.
Ooh, that's a good one. There's several good places in. You know what? I don't want to slight anyone. So
Sure.
there are a number of good Mexican restaurants in all of the communities.
Yes. Okay. So we're not good, but
Yeah,
we just love tacos. Okay.
I love tacos. Actually, one of my favorite places is Casalupe in Gridley.
Yes. Oh yeah.
My son, who's the professional jazz musician, that was the first place he ate solid food. So
it Casalupe?
Casalupe is also, there's one in Yuba City. There used to be one in Chico too, I think.
There used to be. Yes,
Yeah.
I think. Oh, that's so funny. Was it a jalapeno? What was the solid?
No,
food?
he ate refried beans
Oh, even
and
better.
rice. So he's always been a fan of Mexican food since then.
Oh, I love it. Best local event. Thinking of events.
Oh, that's
Do you
a good,
attend
that,
local
that-
events?
That's a great question. There are a number of great events in Chico, the parades.
Mm-hmm.
There's in Marysville. There's a Buckeye Parade.
Oh, okay.
And then there's also the Peach Festival. I'm
Yes.
thinking about more locally.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
best events are probably all of our special event nights.
Sure.
At the Freebirds games.
I was thinking
so
that.
please come out and see all of those. We hope to have, I think, as I mentioned earlier, a flyover from one of the planes at Beale Air Force Base.
awesome. Mm-hmm.
They were going to do it for opening night, but they had a grounding of all their T-38 planes.
wow.
So I'm hopeful a U-2 or T-38 will fly
fly over.
I think on July 1st.
I was gonna say what night? Okay.
So if you get a chance, come out on July 1st.
It's probably on your website too. So if you head there and if you're interested.
We'll see it, right.
Very cool. Best museum.
Oh, that's a good question.
This region.
What's the museum here in Oroville?
We have a few. We have Bolt's Antique Museum. We have the
Yep.
Pioneer Museum.
Pioneer Museum. is a
Pioneer
good one,
Museum?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've been there, but that's a great one.
Yeah, and they're kind of revamping, revitalizing all of the local museums. Not only here, I mean, just all of Butte County.
Yeah,
too,
that's what I heard. So that's
Yeah.
great. They're
Yeah.
all great.
Yeah.
Anything you can see about the history of the area is my favorite.
Yeah, I love that too. Best sunset spot.
Best sunset spot. That's an interesting one. I would say probably the Sutter Buttes because
yes.
that's such a prominent area in the whole region that everybody can see. And I grew up seeing those. So
Yes.
no matter where I was, you could always know where you are in Northern California
Yep.
based upon where the Sutter Buttes is located.
That's so true. And it's the smallest mountain range.
Mountain range,
Yes.
right.
In
That's what
the
they call it in
world?
the world. Right.
Yeah, come on. We have the smallest.
I was just over in Calusa the other day for a project I'm working on.
Yeah.
And it kind of threw me because I'm on the opposite side of the Sutter Buttes. So I'm usually on the east side of the Sutter Buttes.
yeah.
But in Butte County, you're on the north side of it. So
Yeah.
that's why you can always know where
You can always
are.
know. Yep, we can see it from where we are too.
Right.
In our house. I love it. Okay, last one. I mean, I think we know the answer to this one, but best baseball team.
There's no doubt about that. It's the Yuba-Sutter Freebirds. Second closest, though, I would have to say the San Francisco Giants have always been my
okay.
passion. Although
Yes.
they're not playing very well right now.
We will be going to our very first ever, I know this is embarrassing to say, but first ever Giants game in August. So, we've lived here our whole lives. We've never been to it. We were Oakland A's when they were in Oakland. That's where we went. But
you have to become Freebirds fans.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the ultimate goal. We want
Yes.
everybody in Oroville to become Freebirds fans.
Yes, 100%. Oh, well, awesome. Thank you for doing the Gold Rush round. I know that was it's like, okay, you're kind of thinking off the cuff there. So if you had some wisdom to share with us, we like to share our golden nugget of wisdom. So this is kind of your best piece of advice for our viewers. I know trying to sum it all up can be really sometimes difficult, but even, I guess, best piece of advice that you want to leave with someone, maybe as someone who is wanting to go into just leadership, into, I don't know, I mean, you're entrepreneurial, so I don't know. You can help me form that question. Whatever advice you wanted to leave.
You know, I think one of the things that I share, and I like to mentor a lot of younger people, and I have quite a few. For example, I have a couple of retired U-2 pilots that work for me.
Wow.
They have fantastic leadership skills as former officers out of the Air Force. But one of the things that I try to instill in my kids and my grandkids and in those that I work with is continue to work hard and remain honest with your beliefs, but with how you deal with other people.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I have seen throughout my career, when there's a lack of honesty and a lack of clarity, is when you run into problems. So that's really the issue that I've always tried to live by, is to really be true to your beliefs, but also to be honest and to be trustworthy. That's really a key when you're working hard.
Yeah.
And because if you can't live by your own word, then you're not worth much.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I have seen far too often. And that's one of the things that I strive for. And I think that's one of the reasons why I hopefully have been successful to this point in my life. But I want to continue to strive to even improve upon those.
And always learning. That's what you're always
I
learning.
think that's
and
exactly
always,
right. And to be honest, that you don't have the answers for everything. And that's really the key, is that you just continue to learn and become better at what you do.
Yeah. Integrity comes to mind, that word of being who you are on the outside, or the same person you are on the outside where people can see you as you are behind closed doors.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the that I try to instill in others that I work with. Yeah, absolutely. Integrity is a key component, and you have to be. You're right. Be the same with you are in public as you are in private. And I see far too many people in this day and age that are not. And I think that that's something that we have to continue to strive for.
That's a real, that's some good wisdom there. Thank you for that. Well, we've spoken about it. We have learned so much about it, but this is still the opportunity for you to put your stake in the ground and claim your gold. Talk about your thing. Talk about the Freebirds. Advertise. This is that moment. How can people follow you, keep in contact with you? Maybe not with you personally, because you've got lots of other things happening. But what's the best way for people to, if they wanted to get tickets, or if they wanted to maybe go to a game and post something on social media, would they tag you, or tag the team?
Yes.
All of that
So
stuff.
the best way to find out about the Freebirds is freebirdsbaseball.com.
Okay.
Go to our website. You have a schedule there. You can buy tickets there. You can certainly learn about all of our special events.
Yeah.
We have social media on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it.
Yeah.
We have pages on everything. People
So
can
good.
like those and become, our fan and learn more about it. We have excellent social media. I would really just love to invite as many people out to game.
Yeah.
We have found that once people come out to a game, they want to return.
Yeah.
I think your friend's experience is
Yes.
what we hear all the time.
Yeah.
People just have a fantastic a time when they come out. My wife is not a big baseball fan. I hate to admit that. But she'll come with me at least once or twice a week. And she loves to come because of the activities we have on the field in between innings.
That's so cool.
For all ages. It's
Yeah.
so much fun. The food, we have outstanding food. One of the plugs I want to make is that we partner with Bishop's Pumpkin Farm.
Oh, no way.
I don't know if many of you have been to Bishop's Pumpkin Farm.
Oh, yes.
It's one of the major attractions in Northern California. The Bishops are old-time friends of mine as well.
Okay.
So we not only sell many of their products, but they've developed a hard cider flavor just for the Freebirds.
That's
It's
so
a strawberry
cool.
peach flavor.
Oh, my
so if you
goodness.
have a chance, come out and taste that. We also work with Sutter Buttes Brewing. They have created a Freebirds ale for us. Second year they've done that. So we partner with a lot of local community and businesses.
It's fantastic.
We'd love to have more Butte County businesses involved. I know the Chico Heat were very much engaged in the past years. But we'd love to generate and bring those fans into Marysville. It's not that far.
Yeah,
I
it's not.
timed it from Bryant Field to Oroville is less than half an hour drive.
See,
And-
I clock Marysville as 45 minutes just in my brain, but
and
no, it's less
no,
than-
and with the 4 lanes now on Highway 70, it's
true.
so much faster to get down to Marysville. And we have a beautiful stadium. That's the other thing about Bryant Field. It seats 4,000 people, but there's no better, I think, minor league field because you're so close to the action. And we have a field that allows, again, kids to run around, run after foul balls. We have a kids zone where they can go. There's a jump house they can play.
Oh, wow.
We also have just put in a new decking along our first base side where we have a bar and street tacos that we're selling.
Love tacos.
So
So you
there-
should have said best tacos are there.
well,
that could have worked.
that's true too. But I want to benefit businesses in the community
I'm
as
just
well.
messing.
So we have a tremendous breadth and depth of opportunities if you come to a game, and if you come out, I know you want to come back again. But please come out and join us.
Yeah.
The quality of the baseball, as I mentioned before, is above anything that you will ever have seen in Northern California. It's we've had collegiate wood bat teams play throughout the area, like the Chico Heat and the Yuba-Sutter Gold Sox. This is a couple of notches above that.
Wow. Okay.
And so I think people will enjoy baseball if you're a die-hard baseball
Sure,
fan.
yeah.
But if you just like entertainment, come out and have
Yeah.
fun as well.
Yeah, and that feeling, I'm thinking just people and just the experience, like something to do, right? Because there's a lot of people sometimes I'll hear locals say, "Oh, there's nothing to do in this area." And I'm like, no, there really is if you're looking for it.
And one of the things we have done too, because of the heat during the summer, all of our games are in the evening. They all start at 6:30. Even
Nice.
our Sunday night games, we want to make sure. And then when the sun goes down, it really cools off. Bryant Field is right next to Ellis Lake, so there's a nice breeze that comes through.
Yes.
So I think if you're looking for an enjoyable summer evening, come out, and what better place than a baseball game?
I'm like, we're gonna go get some tickets right after this. This is exciting. No, thank you so much. And I'm just so grateful to you for saying yes to this. We started this podcast as ways to just interview. It's kind of been a passion project of mine for several years, and it's taken I kind of tend to overthink things in my head, and so sometimes I don't get started unless it's absolutely perfect. And so as you can see, I mean, you can't see behind here, but we've got cords and wires everywhere. So just kind of took some imperfect action, and to have the caliber of guests that we have. I mean, Lon, I'm just so grateful that you have been on here.
Well, it's been a great pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me. And one of the things I want to do, too, is I want to invite you to come down and maybe throw out a first pitch at a game.
What?
So we can get you to do that.
What? Oh, my gosh.
Erin or James, either one of you. So
I don't know if my arm, I'll have to do some light push-ups.
We'll get you training. So I'm going to throw that out for you now.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Love to have you.
Yes. And Lon, thank you so much for having a heart of gold.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And then we just, this is like B-roll, and that's it. Yes. Yeah. Great. Thanks for checking that. And we're talking, and we're on the podcast, and we're
happy Orbital
happy
Day.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
How are you feeling? How
Good,
do you feel?
good.
I'm like, seriously, I'm sitting here, and I know I shouldn't like geek out, but I'm a bit awestruck, to be honest. Yeah, so people are talking about it. They're talking in the community.
Word of mouth.
Yeah,
That's good. We want more of that.
Yeah. This week on the Hearts of Gold podcast, I got to sit down with Lon Hatamiya, who is the co-owner of the Yuba-Sutter. Oh my gosh, my brain is not keeping up.
Great.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
And it's so much fun to do it here, in the local community.
Yeah.
Which I feel so comfortable being back in. So
yeah,
it's great.
I'm so glad.